Good morning. My name is Candy Mortensen-Klimple. I'm with the nursing department, nursing faculty, and Michelle and I are here to talk today about WIDS. WIDS stands for Wisconsin Instructional Design System, and some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not be familiar with it, but we're going to talk to you today about how easy it is and why we like it. So, Michelle?
Hello, Michelle Bromeyer, as Candy said, also with the nursing department. And you're probably wondering, why are two nursing faculty members talking about the WIDS system? Like you, we have worked with WIDS in our program, trying to make sure that we are current with our CCOs, making sure that our syllabi are being driven by the WIDS programming and the CCOs. What we wanted last spring and last winter is to find out more opportunities within WIDS, primarily assessment. And so we asked an awful lot of questions and found out that there was going to be a new version of WIDS coming out that was going to be much more user-friendly and was going to be more robust in its application. So we decided that we would be volunteers at a little bit of the training and introduction of it, and here we are today to share with you how simple it is, just from the program aspect, and how much you are really going to be enlightened by the new WIDS program that is going to be available for us soon. Candy.
Well, thank you, Michelle. And what we found out is that we were using WIDS for the syllabi development and within our courses. But when we got into the WIDS and learning more about the structure, we saw that it had more to offer. And it can actually help you develop your curriculum. And really, when you develop your curriculum, you need to look at the big picture, and that's where you need to start with. And so we were putting the cart before the horse, and we thought, oh, I wished I would have known this sooner. So it's been a journey, and we've been enlightened, and so we want to share what we've learned and how fun it is. So we're going to get rid of our faces here, and we're just going to go to where you would log in. Now, one of the really nice things about the new WIDS program is that it's web-based, so you can do it at home. The current WIDS system, it doesn't allow you to do that. You have to be on campus. So I'm going to put my name in, and you'll learn how to log in. And so there are some terms that you'll be becoming more familiar with. It's called course and curriculum development, and there's development managers, which is the IT people, and then there is going to be the developers, and each program will have an identified developer or developers, and Michelle and I are the developers for the nursing program. So we have information that has been added in by our manager, our project manager, which for example was Evan. So not just anybody can add a program in. So I have the Associate Science of Nursing program added, and I have been working on it. And so this is the information that I'm adding into this new program.
Candy, I'm going to ask you a question. How did you get this information over there?
Cut and paste.
Ew, from what?
From the current WIDS program. Good question, Michelle. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not recreating, a whole new terminology and the wheel. I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm cutting and pasting. So this is the description of the associate in a science degree in nursing.
Can I ask you another question? I noticed the edit button up in the top. Is that something that as a program developer I'll be able to play with?
Yes, as a program developer, Michelle, you'll be able to play with. You just click on the edit, and then you can cut and paste your information in.
Okay. All right.
So there is a template for you, and it's that easy. Now, you'll learn more about this, but we just want to show you how easy it is to add the information that you already have. And then in order to get out of this, you need to either save or save and close, or if you don't like the information, you certainly can cancel it. So that's the program information, and then we went on to put in our mission statement, and then we also have a philosophy statement. And you can see that you can also include links in this.
And make them active.
And make them active.
Okay.
Yep. And then our target population, you can add that. Now, you don't have to fill everything in, but we identified our target population. So you can see that that can be done. Career and job titles, we opted not to put that in because when our students graduate, they're not registered nurses until they take the boards. So we're leaving that blank at this point.
Now, some departments would have that.
Absolutely. And then this is where we're at with accreditation information, such as the college accreditation information, and where we're at with the associate in science degree for nursing. So, and then our external requirements. This is what we require before students come in to the nursing program, and especially for clinical practice. They need to be vaccinated, they need to have the Manto test, have CPR, pass a background check, etc.
And again, all this is going to be available from the current program to the new program, but able to be adapted if it had not been included in the past use of WIDS, correct?
Correct. Okay. Yeah, this didn't take a lot of time. This was just cutting and pasting and maybe cleaning up a little bit, because as you put in some of your information from your program, you might find some cleaning up that you need to do. And we certainly have. So, and then these are our entry requirements. This is what students need to do before they get into the program. So.
Okay, now here I noticed a little error. So it would just be going up to edit and correcting this must be, taking that and making that a lowercase, taking out the extra colon, space, save and close, and it's done, right?
Perfect, yes.
Wow, very easy.
Thank you, Michelle. See how easy it is, and it's actually kind of fun to see it all come together. Now remember, this is looking at the big picture before we get into any kind of course or syllabi development.
Now who's going to be able to see this, Candy?
Who's going to be able to see this? That's a good question. The program developers will be able to see it, and other faculty, but other faculty will not be able to make any adjustments.
Ah, okay.
Just your program developers, and
Fabulous.
That's kind of the beauty of it, because you don't want this altered, because this is an approval process, because eventually this information goes into the course catalogs.
Okay, all right, fabulous. The new e-course catalog.
Yes, yes. And this one is blank. We're not going to do anything with the custom fields and indirect measures. You don't have to fill in everything. So then we go into related outcomes, and the related outcomes will be the SCC or institutional core competencies. There we go. So this is the South Central College core competencies, which should be a part of every program. And then the general education outcomes, we're not entering that information in, but we have an interest, the nursing division and other programs will have an interest in external standards. And just to show you what some of the other external standards are, they've already been put in by our program manager. And so this isn't going to be an extensive list. You have to go through an approval process to put it in. Ours is, we were interested in career clusters, since nursing is a career choice, and we put in QSIN, which is quality, safety, and education for nurses.
So all of those standards were dropped in then for you. And that
right.
was, or dropped in for us, excuse me, and that was done by the IT department, primarily
Right.
Evan in this beginning stage.
Right, our manager,
Okay.
since we had approval. And then when you look at this, you can describe what it means. So here's the terminology, and then the target standards, which I'm going to show you how they can link with your program outcomes. So
Really, how much time did this take you, Candy?
maybe a half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woohoo. You do have to sort of have a strategy and collaborate, but some of this, it really doesn't take that much time. So,
and so just, I'm going to interrupt you for one more moment. The faculty's next step, once training has been completed, is taking care of their course. The programs will be set up, but taking care of their courses, correct?
right,
Yep, okay.
right. That's part of the curriculum development. You want to. That's what we found out. We found out we were using the syllabi, but we really should have been using the program development and looking at the big picture. Then get into our courses. So, I need to save and close since I went into that. And then we're going to go to the core competencies. So there's our core competencies, and these are our program outcomes. So program core competencies, these are what we're going to be looking at for our program as far as outcomes.
Okay.
And then, so now we're going to link our outcomes. So we've looked at the institutional ones, our external standards, and then our program standards. So here's the institutional competencies, and this is really going to be beautiful when you want to do some evaluation further down the line. But you start with the assessment piece. So here's our institutional competencies.
Mm-hmm.
So they're listed here, and then you can correlate them to your program outcomes or competencies. So
fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And the general education outcomes, I told you we weren't going to be using those, but we added some external standards. So we can correlate our external standards with our program outcomes. And then once you determine that, and Michele and I, we don't have these checked at all. We want to meet with our departments to have their input. So we exclusively don't want to do it, but you may choose to do it another way in another department. But we decided this is what works for us. We're going to take it back to our group to make the correlation. And then when you look at this, then you can, here's the summary of the quick prints. So you can actually print this, and this is what it looks like. So you have your description, your mission, your target population, accreditation information. All that information that we've been editing and saving is here.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, there's our SEC outcomes, our external standards, and our program competencies. So it's all here. And then here's our matrix. So it's comparing this with, so you can see where your correlations are, where you would have done that earlier, but we don't have anything in our boxes since we need to take that back to our group. And then our program design. And the program design is pretty much what you've seen before.
On the top section.
On the top section, but I'm going to quickly slide down. It'll add your courses.
Ah, fabulous.
And the courses have been added by our program manager, and that is really including the Common Course outline. It's just giving a quick description of it. And our program courses have been uploaded by our manager. So those were just copied from the current WIDS. So that's how easy it is. So you can get into, and really all this is the Common Course outline.
Okay.
So that concludes what we're involved with and what we wanted to show you. And really, we wanted to show you that it is really quite easy and kind of fun to do.
And fun. Yeah, I was just going to say and fun. So thank you very much for letting us show you the excitement of the new WIDS.